vermin! Destroy!
Takes more than that.
Don't move! Worthless vermin! Right! Pathetic! Don't move! You cannot compare!
Keep it coming.
Pathetic! Having trouble? Worthless vermin!
You asked for it! You asked for it! You asked for it!
Worthless vermin! Give me your strength! Pathetic! Power of the underworld!
Takes more than that.
You cannot compare! Don't move! Give me your strength!
Take more than that.
You asked for it! You asked for it! You asked for it! You asked for it!
Pathetic! Having trouble? Worthless garbage! Don't move! Destroy!
Pure water!
Pathetic!
Get ready!
Pathetic! Right! Don't move! Worthless vermin! Pitiful!
Healing power of Undeep! Pure water!
Don't move! Worthless vermin! Pitiful! Worthless vermin! Pathetic! Give me your strength! Don't move! Don't move! Having trouble?
Pure water.
Pathetic!
Take more than that!
Destroy! No! I cannot be beaten!
Cast our mana magic on it. Then the true mana sword will appear. Mana, we need you!
more than that.
Healing power of Undy. Pure water.
Thanks.
Nana, we need you.
Take more than that.
These good stars, everyone. I am the man with GalaxyWisp, and well, what you've just seen is pretty much the entirety of the boss. I'm not kidding. Nothing else changes. So the rest of this is pretty much me fumbling around trying to figure out a good strategy. As I'm about to demonstrate here, I'm attempting to use attack magic because I feel this will take absolutely forever, but you'll see that I end up learning the hard way that any attack magic you use, unless it's mana magic, will just be reflected. That includes analyze, as you will end up seeing later down the line, so I can't even see how much HP this darn guy has. It's so stupid, and it just takes forever. So, because you're gonna get to see plenty of this boss, I'm not kidding when I say I spent almost an hour fighting this thing. Thankfully, I didn't record all of that hour. I did stop the video recording a few times because this is just dragging on and nothing was happening, and that's not fun to watch. But for you guys who want to watch it, well, it's here. But for the rest of you, I'll probably put a timestamp in right about now. So if you want to skip to the end of the video where I finally beat this darn thing, skip to that timestamp right there. Because this goes on for a really long time, and it's just basically the same thing over and over again. But you'll come to see that I'll soon learn that the best strategy to deal with this thing is to slash right before these fire hits, because for some reason that actually stops all damage, and then string together both mana powers, which as you can see I've put in my shortcut slots, making it a lot easier, making it so I have to see that menu a whole lot less, which is a relief, because I'm getting to that menu. And do that just before he flies at you, and Randy will avoid damage. Turnip Boy can also attack before the fire happens, as well as do stuff before the charge to avoid damage, but that will only really work if you have human players playing them, so keep that in mind. And then from there, start charging up your sword to do some damage when the man beast finally shows up in front of you, which is the one time you can actually do damage to it. And expect that you'll probably get hit by a lucent beam or two, and well, that's basically the boss. Rinse and repeat it until it eventually goes down. And if you're wondering why I seem to be doing 0 damage at the time, well, I'm guessing that's probably because none of the mana magic was powered up. But, like, you were supposed to know that you need to spam the mana magic and power it up before this boss, because it's the only way you're ever going to beat this boss. This game has some questionable design choices, big time. But, anyways, as for my impressions of it, well, in case it wasn't obvious, I am not the biggest fan of this game in general. I think it is way overhyped by people, like big time. But I don't want to be a negative Nancy about it, because I will admit I did have some fun at the beginning of the game. The beginning of the game is actually quite enjoyable, which is a shame because basically at the point where you get Flammy, that's where the game just goes downhill. It just does the worst case of backtracking and just padding the game out that I have ever seen in my long time of playing video games. Seriously, I would much rather mess around with something like a Thousand Year Door's infamous backtracking segment probably 10 times before I would put up with this crud again. It's just dumb. And it's padding for the sake of padding. And it made it so that when the big reveal came that it's like, oh, I'm the mage you've been searching for this whole time. For the first time probably like ever with this kind of thing, I was I think I literally said out loud, like, screw you! You put me through heck, dude, and just made me go in circles. This is the stupidest twist ever. Basically, I was not a fan of it, and the game just felt like it went completely downhill once you got Flammy. Which is bizarre, because you'd think that's where the game would open up and get really cool, because, well, Flammy's the equivalent of airships from Final Fantasy. But for some reason, that's where, I guess, Square just completely needed to speed things along and just crammed as much as they could in the game against their better judgment. So, basically, this game is, well, if you never play it in your life, you're not missing much, honestly. And I don't just mean the PS4 version, I'm talking about the original game in general. Honestly, I do feel the PS4 version is the definitive version for a few reasons. Number one, it save states itself every single time on those loading screens, so if something goes wrong and you have a cheap death, you can reload your save from much closer, because to be honest, towards the end of the game, there's very few save points. Like, I'm not kidding, there is 0 save points in the Mana Fortress. If a player were to reach this far in the game and then die to the Man Beast because they couldn't figure out this stupid fight, they would literally have to go through the entire Mana Fortress, all of those bosses included, all over again, just because they couldn't figure this out. That's pretty dumb, considering that this boss fight just kind of, well, breaks conventionality, excuse me. And, well, as you can see, it's just stupid, boring, and takes way too long. If it wasn't for the awesome music, this would be one of the worst final boss fights I've ever fought. And I played Sonic Lost World on the Wii U and was beyond disappointed by that final boss. But enough about that. As for the future of my channel, well, obviously, since I now have a PlayStation 4, I'll finally be able to, when playing PlayStation 4 games, showcase the footage directly from the TV screen. And believe me, that really changes things up a lot. I kind of screwed up there. Whoops. Sure watered. But yeah, I'm very happy with my PlayStation 4. My TV practically loves the system. I swear my TV was built for it. It's amazing. And whenever I play PlayStation 4 games, I'll be doing it this way. As for other videos, well, unfortunately I can't have it be the stuff shown on the screen, obviously, but oh well. Also, yeah, I made a habit of, from that point forward, using the cure water just as he's about to charge across the screen. If you do it right, you'll avoid all damage and heal and just rinse and repeat. Make sure you bring a few fairy walnuts with you, because you'll probably need them. You ain't being this boss without magic, because I'm getting so distracted by this game. But honestly, I'm hoping, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm hoping that I could put videos that I record from like the TV and whatnot of other games and be able to edit them through the PS4 software. I would love to do that, but I'm not sure if that's possible. If anyone knows if it's possible, please leave a comment down below and tell me how to do it, because I would love to be able to have editing on all videos. There's been numerous times I wish I could edit out certain things or edit stuff in ways that just make it so much better to watch. Like when stuff just drags on for a really long time, kind of like this. And I'd be able to add in something on the overlay so that I could speed this along and make it a little more enjoyable to watch. Although, let's face it, most of the time I'll probably just fast forward. But in this case, since I showed every other boss, maybe I'll fast forward the second part a bit later once I've shown it enough times, because this is just dumb. But anyways, we're actually about to get to the first transition where I decided to stop my recording and do it again shortly after I used my first fairy walnut, because I figured, well, you're not missing much. And to transition now. Yep. So as you can see, Prim and Popoy have had their MP restored a bit, and it's just continuing, and this will continue for a good other 15 minutes. Trust me, it went on even longer if I had been recording the entire thing, so be glad I didn't. As for some future projects, well, there's a number of games and stuff that I want to show various footage and things from for the PS4, like I'm thinking of putting together a montage from my Ratchet and Clank playthrough. That was fun. I also definitely would like to, very soon actually, do a crazy and kind of stupid challenge on my Persona dancing games. I actually own the Persona Eternal Night collection, and I love it. But I'm not an ace at the game, but good enough to be able to get the Platinum Trophy on all 3 games, which is a first for me. So pretty proud of that, for getting every single trophy on all 3 games. But I'm gonna be doing some kind of really stupid challenge that I'll be essentially showing highlights from. That should be quite a hoot to watch, I'm sure. Obviously I need to finish the Super Paper Mario Let's Play. Don't worry, I'll let Plant Shy Guy know that he needs to provide commentary, because if I'm not providing commentary and he's not providing commentary, who's providing commentary? Stupid. But apparently he didn't get that memo, so I'll make it clear by the time Chapter 2 begins, I promise. So that should improve things substantially. Will I edit anything on those videos? Well, that just depends, but I have to say, I'm very much tempted to. because, well, if you've seen the videos I've uploaded of it, it's but apart from that, yeah, I guess I should probably bring up about Persona 5 Royal. So, I am still open to doing that advanced Let's Play for anyone who wants to see it, but you guys are really going to have to let me know if you want to see it, and honestly, I'm not going to be that bent-ass shape if nobody does. But if you do want to see it, keep in mind that we don't actually know what can and can't be recorded in the game. After all, the original version of Persona 5 on the PS4 didn't allow you to record anything. So, there's no telling what I will and won't be able to record on the game, which, I'm not gonna lie, I have really nervous in doing a Let's Play, because missing some stuff would be, oh, that was kind of tough. But regardless, I'm gonna get the game, I'll play the heck out of it, and yes, I did pre-order the Fantasy Edition, like any good fan. And I may as well mention, while I'm on the subject, that I'm actually the proud owner of every single Persona game from Ultimax onward. Basically, every single spin-off, because I do have the story mode of the original Persona 4 Arena on Ultimax, so I figure that counts. I own every single spin-off game there is, plus Persona 5, and I will probably buy each Persona game that comes along from here on forward, assuming that Persona 6 doesn't royally blow it. We'll just have to see. And yeah, if you guys want to see me play Persona 5 Royal, you have to tell me, but I think that about covers it. I plan on hopefully getting a live stream going here pretty soon for a special Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Is It Possible challenge I came up with. Seriously, I don't even know if this challenge is possible, but we'll find out together. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I expect more from the PlayStation 4 as well as more from other stuff. I hope to start some other series, and if I can get this editing thing to work on other videos, well, that will open up a whole bunch of new possibilities for stuff that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. But that's about all from me. So enjoy the rest of this long-winded boss fight that you're probably sick of watching to begin with. Don't worry, I'll let this go for just a little longer and then I'm gonna fast forward it, because I don't think anyone wants to just keep watching the same thing over and over and over again. Imagine playing it. But until next time, to all my viewers, subscribers, and overall fans out there, may the stars shine down on you. Thank you so much for your continued support, and I appreciate everyone who's watching, subscribed, and all that other good stuff. Oh, I guess I should defend myself on why I consider this the standard edition as well. And as far as the music, I actually prefer the remastered music for the most part, although I will admit there are a handful of tracks that are just ay when you compare them to the original, like the Peaceful Town theme in particular. Seriously, whoever had the brain-dead idea to put bagpipes in that song, I hope they got fired, because yikes. But of course, for all you people who don't care for the soundtrack, well, it turns the entire original soundtrack for the Super NES as well, and you can play the entire game to that if you are so inclined. So you don't even have that excuse. Voice acting? Well, if it drives you crazy, you can turn it off. Basically, everything that drives you crazy on this game, you can tweak in some way. And as for the graphics, well, blame their authenticity. In fact, blame the authenticity for almost every problem on this game, because it was probably a problem in the original as well. This game has not aged anywhere near as well as people think it has. And this is the undeniable truth. So, yeah, sorry I went off on a tangent there, but I just needed to bring that stuff up. And for real this time, I'm signing off, and until next time, thank you so much for your continued support, and may the stars shine down on you. See you at the end of the video for the 3 special clips of stuff. Well, it's more like 5, but still. It should be a hoot, as you get to see my favorite moments from God of War. What happened when I tried to get the last trophies in the Persona dancing games, the ones where you need to activate the equivalent of a final boss. You know how it is. And oh yeah, that's right. There's a weird moment that happened in Secret of Mana that I got on tape that was just showing, well, for all you people who don't like that in a lot of modern games, walking NPCs can be pushed around. You get to see why they do that, because this is a perfect example of what happens when you don't allow the player to push the NPCs around. The worst case scenario that can happen. And, oh boy, it's something. And finally, one of my favorite events, social events, from Dancing in Starlight. So, hope you guys stay tuned for all that. And for real this time, third time's the charm. Until next time, may the stars shine down on you. Signing off for real.
What? No! They're gone. They couldn't even say goodbye.
Not them too.
I'll never forget you. Ever.
Me neither. Old dialogue. We have to be strong, like they were. We have to survive.
The mana beast is turning into snow.
Where's the fire? 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 Where's the fire?
Destruction.
Good luck.
Hey, idiot.
No way!
I'm telling you, that's not what I said.
Don't lie to me! I heard it with my own 2 ears!
Oh boy, am I glad to see you, man. Morgana's losing his goddamn mind.
That's not true! This is all Ryuji's fault! He's been calling me a cat again!
Oh! You're not talking about the catwalk stuff I mentioned, are you?
See? There he goes again! I most certainly do not walk like a cat!
Listen to me, dude. I'm not making fun of how you walk, honest. You know how models go strutting around all sexy-like up on a long stage? That stage is called a catwalk. Not that I'm an expert or nothing, I just saw it when I was surfing the web earlier.
Oh. Sorry for losing my cool like that. I was just having an interesting conversation with Ryuji here. We're trying to figure out how to make our dance moves even more impressive.
What we landed on is that we gotta spice things up a bit with a bit of sex appeal. But we got kind of tripped up on what sex appeal even is.
Using models as a reference seemed like a good idea, which is how we got to the catwalk thing.